What's up, Max Pro? It's me, Jeni Del Pozo, and today I've got a nice yoga heart opener for you, and we're going to be using blocks just for parts of this workout. So if you don't have blocks, I think you can do a lot of this workout still. Maybe you have a foam roller that you can use for the first exercise. That will feel really great too. That's all we'll need today, so let's go ahead and get this party started. Okay, so first things first, you're going to set up your blocks. For me and my spine, I like one in the medium setting and then one in the taller setting for my neck to rest on, for my head to rest on. So you have to take a seat. It's one of my favorite ways to kind of start out. And the block that's on that medium setting is going to go towards like tips of the shoulder blades into the ribs a little bit there. And then the taller one is where you get to rest your head. And then you just get to start to breathe into this. And just see what you're working with, see how you feel. The legs can be bent, feet flat onto the mat. Soles of the feet can be together if that feels just like a nice relaxing moment for you here as well. Legs can be all the way out too. So kind of just pick whatever works best for you. You're just going to start to breathe into this. And think with every inhale, you get to open up into your ribs. Stretch out all the muscles between your ribs. And then exhale, let it all go. And ideally, at some point, the block that you're resting your head on can go to a shorter distance. So that way you can get a bigger bend, a bigger moment for extension. Again, just listen to your body and take it where you can every single time you show up. Then we're going to reach the arms out to a cactus position. So in this cactus position, I want the elbows tilted slightly upward as the tops of the hands are trying to reach down towards the floor. And that way you're working from like an external rotation in the shoulder girdle. We have a tendency to want to roll forward. It's kind of like what life gives us a lot of the day, the text neck, the driving, the sitting at a desk. This is a way to just counteract all of that. And you're still trying to take those nice deep breaths. And then let's do some angels right here. So you're going to reach the arms up overhead towards the crown of your head. And then pull your elbows down towards your ribs. And then reach back up overhead and right back down. And you can tell in my voice a little bit, there are some little sticky spots where it's like, oh, okay. And if you find that little sticky spot, maybe you stay in it a little bit longer, try to breathe through it a little deeper. Go for 2 more. Last one. Then reach the arms back up overhead. Hold on to opposite elbows with your palms and let the forearms try to reach back behind you towards the floor. I've been running a lot more. I have some races coming up in the next month. And so it is a lot more forward than, I normally am. So this feels so good post-run to do as well. And then switch the grip of your elbows. And just see if there's a little difference there that you can work with. One more deep breath. And then slowly bring your arms down by your sides. You can help yourself up. Just let the forearms and the arms help you. You can roll to one side, press yourself up. Let that go for a moment. Let that breathe. No need to now run into the next thing. You get to take the blocks off to the side now. You can just stow them away. Just such a nice way to start, right? Okay, then I want you to come into all fours. Shoulders right over your wrists, hips right over your knees. And then go ahead and reach one arm up towards the sky. Take a lovely inhale, feel that rotation. And then exhale, thread the arm underneath and just breathe. You can rest the head down towards the mat. And then use the hand that's on the mat to really press into the mat and open up a little bit more. Stretch through the spine. I think rotation is such a big part of us being able to open up our heart more as well. Feel your tailbone reach up towards the sky. Try to keep the weight even in your legs. And then come back to center. Shake that out a little bit, and we'll go over to the other side. Reach the arm up, and then twist and reach underneath. And just feel the shoulder blade reach away from your spine. Notice what this side feels like versus the first. And maybe you want to go for another round. Take that time. Remember, this is your practice. Take it wherever you need to every single time you show up. And then come back to center. Shake it out a little bit right there. Go ahead and tuck your toes. Lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. Give me that length on your mat. We're not trying to shorten this pose at all. Wrap your arm bones around. I like the little lift of your heels, bend in the knees. That way you can lift your tailbone up even more and reach your chest towards your thigh bones. And then carefully come into your plank position. Hold right there. Shoulders right over the wrists, abs pull in and up. And then from here, walk one foot forward, whatever side you want to start on, okay? That foot reaches in front. And I want you to reach whatever leg is up in front of you. That same arm reaches up towards the sky again. Just like we did earlier. Now you're going to reach and twist underneath. You won't touch the mat. You're just going for that rotation again. And then again, reach it up, inhale. Exhale, wrap underneath. Go for 2 more. And reach. Last one. And reach underneath. And then plant your hand back down right inside of the foot. Walk your foot back behind you. Other foot gets to come forward. Then that same arm that's in front with the leg, reach it up towards the sky, twist towards the leg that's in front, and then wrap and rotate underneath. This one feels great in the hips too. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach underneath. Go for 2 more. Last one. And reach it. And then plant your hand back down. Walk your foot back, lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal through your legs. Come back into your plank position. Walk that first foot forward again. This time you're going to bring it underneath your chest more. Reach your arms up overhead. You're in your lunge. Now, I want you to thread the hands back behind you. Punch your knuckles down towards the floor as you lift your heart back up. Now from here, you might heel toe the foot a little bit more towards the edge of your mat. Reach your chest forward as you reach your arms up towards the sky. Then slowly pick yourself all the way back up. Sweep the arms up overhead. Bend your elbows back into that cactus pose and reach your chest up towards the sky. You can take a nice little bend in the back knee still. And then inhale, reach all the way back up with the arms. Exhale, bring it back down towards the floor. Walk your foot back behind you. Other leg gets to come forward again. Walk it underneath you first just to kind of find that position of your lunge. Sweep your arms up. Find your balance there. Circle your arms out and around. Thread the hands together behind your back. Punch your knuckles down towards the floor as you lift your heart up. Start to heel toe your foot a little further towards the edge of your mat. Reach your heart forward. Breathe here. Feel your abs still pull in and up. Reach through your back heel. Press into your front leg. That way you're not dipping into your hip. And then carefully come all the way back up. Bend the back knee a little bit more again. Reach your arms up. Bend your elbows. Lift your heart up. And then reach all the way back up towards the sky. Arms come back down. Walk your foot back. Lift your hips up. Downward facing dog again. Come back into your plank pose. Walk the first foot forward again. Arms reach back up. Thread the hands back behind you. Punch your knuckles down. Lift your heart up. Heel toe your foot a little out to the side. Make that space again for your chest to reach down towards the floor. Feel the thigh bones hug towards your midline. Then come all the way back up. Reach your arms up overhead. Bend your elbows, lift your heart up towards the sky. Reach all the way back up. Arms come back down. This time, foot comes back, slowly lower down, all the way through your upward facing dog. Slowly lower all the way back down towards your mat. Link your thumbs back behind you. Lift your chest up. Thigh bones will lift up slightly too, locust pose. And we're just threading the hands together to open up the chest a little bit more. And then lower all the way back down, hands back by your sides. Tuck your toes, press yourself back up. Plank pose all the way back to your downward facing dog. Come back into your plank pose. Other leg gets to come forward. Reach your heart up. Circle the arms back and around. Punch your knuckles down towards the floor. Lift your heart up. Heel toe, walk the foot a little out towards the edge of your mat. Reach your heart forward. Maybe you're just noticing that the heart is opening up a little bit more. The shoulder girdle's opening up a little bit more. Same with the chest. Then come all the way back up. Sweep the arms up overhead. Bend your elbows, cactus pose. Then reach all the way back up. Sweep the arms back down. This time we'll walk the foot back. Slowly lower down. Come all the way through your upward facing dog. And then lower back down. Arms back behind. Thread the hands together again. Reach your heart forward as you reach your toes back. Lift everything up. And then slowly start to lower it back down. Tuck your toes. Press yourself back up. Then lift your hips back up. Downward facing dog. Just breathe. Go ahead and pedal through your legs. We're going to stay here for a moment, so take some nice, deep breaths. And then slowly lower down towards your knees, onto your shins. We're going to go for your puppy pose. So this is sometimes where it's nice to take a block back into this. If you're just a little tighter through the chest and shoulders, you can rest your forehead down on the block as you reach your heart down towards the floor. Feel your tailbone reach up towards the sky. And just slowly breathe into this. With every exhale, try to get your chest further down towards the floor. And then maybe the longer you stay here, you can take the block out of it. And feel comfortable with resting your forehead down, maybe your chin down, and see how you feel. And then slowly start to bring your chest forward. Just go nice and slow through the movement. Lower all the way down to your mat. Then from here, just to open up the chest a little bit more, you're going to open up the stance of the hands. So the hands are going to be wider than the mat, a little in front of the shoulders as well. You can kind of spider tip the fingers here. Lift your chest up. Then reach one shoulder down towards the floor as you rotate and look over to the other side. You can rest the head down. You can keep it up and just really get into that stretch in the front of the shoulder, into the chest a little bit there too. Then come all the way back up. Inhale. Exhale, rotate over to the other side. And lift up tall again. And reach. And up. And rotate. Let's go for one more on each side. Inhale through center. Exhale up and over. And back up. And reach it. And back to center. Lower the arms down. Go ahead and sit back into your classical child's pose. So bring the knees together. Forehead gets to rest down and your arms come back behind you. I think it feels good after the work that you just did to let the arms just hang out versus letting them come forward. You can massage out your forehead here. And slowly start to round yourself up. You get to lie down onto your back next. And we'll go for your bridge pose. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Lift your hips up, thread your hands underneath your back, and kind of bring the shoulder blades towards each other. Think about that arch and that reach through your chest. Press into your legs too. Make sure the glutes are firing so that reach the sits bones towards each other. That'll help support your low back in this position. And just feel your heart reach up towards the sky. Neck is nice and long. Take another nice inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way back down. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, press your hips right back up, thread the hands together, bring the shoulder blades towards each other. See if you can get more of a lift up through your heart, through your chest, through your ribs. And still feel the abs pull in and up here. Feel the stretch that you get in your hip flexors. Feel the knees reach forward as you pull your heels back towards you. One more deep breath. And then you could exhale, let it all go. Let's go for one more, see if we can get a little bit more out of it. Take a nice inhale again. Exhale, press your hips up, bring the hands together. Your neck is nice and long. Take one more deep breath. And exhale, bring it all the way back down. Go ahead and windshield wiper your knees side to side. Let it all go. And then grab one of your blocks. Take it on the medium setting, maybe the higher setting, whatever feels right for you. You're going to bring it underneath your tailbone tush area. We're going to go for your waterfall pose. Pull your knees into your chest. And then lengthen your legs up towards the sky and just let everything go here. I like to face the palms up towards the sky for this one. Again, just think about how much more can you still open up your heart, even when it's not necessarily a heart-opening pose. But your waterfall should feel so good. To let the blood flow, the circulation kind of just come back down. And just think about your legs being weightless. And still try to take deep breaths. Open up your ribs. Open up your lungs. Open up your heart. Go for 2 more deep breaths. And bring your knees in towards your chest. Maybe rock a little side to side, just careful. Blocks can be a little tender for the low back. Then slowly lower your feet back down towards the floor. Lift your hips up, take your block out from underneath you. Lengthen your legs out, just find Shavasana. Remember, you have plenty of space in your surroundings, so maybe in Shavasana your arms are open up to the side. Maybe they're stretched overhead. And just breathe. And try to think about letting go of things that don't let you open up your heart. And what does that look like on and off your mat? Can you maybe stand a little taller and more proud of who you are and what you're capable of after doing a practice like this? After just being in tune with yourself and letting things go and surrendering to your practice. Go for 1 more deep breath. And start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Start to slowly open up your eyes. And hug your legs in towards your chest. Rock a little side to side, massage out your low back. then roll to one side. Carefully press yourself up. Go ahead and sit cross-legged with me. And just feel the length out of your spine all the way to the top of your head. Notice how your heart is more open, your chest is more open. And let's take one last breath together. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, lift up tall. Exhale, circle your arms out and around. Roll your shoulders back. Lift up a little taller through your chest. Bring your hands to heart center. And namaste. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me on MAXPRO today. I'm Jeni Del Pozo, and I can't wait to work out with you again soon.